get my voicemail?
No, I didn't know you sent one.
Or a voice message? Text message?
I didn't, but I'll check now. Nothing. Let me see.
I'm not working right now. Yeah, I'm not working. Do that. Want a cigarette?
Sure. Yeah, I didn't get your message.
I'm on my way.
Whatever it is, it didn't go through. It doesn't even say that you called.
No, text message.
It doesn't say I got a text message from you either.
So, if there's something that you're physically at the car wash or the laundry, maybe you can do it once a week or something. And yeah, gas money, whatever. I'm willing to be reasonable with the budget. Something that you physically can do.
Well, that's the thing, is that I'm not physically able to take care of my own needs, let alone anything else. That's most of the problem. I mean, I have to be able to have the resources that I'm getting paid now not being taken every month the way that they are. I can't handle it. I literally can't take care of myself, and I am hurting myself trying to take care of myself.
Do you have any tickets, like speeding tickets or anything like that?
Nope.
I think that maybe
My problems are all related to abuse. My physical problems, my mental problems are all from abuse. My ability to work is non-existent because of that abuse. All of my money gets used up every month, jumping through hoops because of that abuse, and that abuse happens everywhere. I got yelled at today by a lady who ripped me off for $20 the day before yesterday.
oh, that lady you were talking about.
Yep.
She yelled at you because she was too off.
I don't know what she was yelling about. She was pissed off I was over by where she lives, the hobo camp next to the Chinese place. It's that.
Oh, there's one back there?
Yeah, it's that blank parking lot that's in between the Chinese place and this place, the McDonald's and all that.
Oh, right there. The Chinese part.
They got a camp right back there, I guess. It's Tweaker Camp. So that's where Brian stays. And I was talking to Brian yesterday. What he was talking to me about was me going to talk to whatever her name is. Hold on a second. It's fuck, I can't remember. It's Farnsworth's sister though. Robert Farnsworth. Anyway, she was gonna help me. I gave her the $20, and then she ditched out on me. Like it took me less than 5 minutes to go to my vehicle and come back, and she was gone. She wasn't the first person to do that. And I saw a Christian today at the church feed. He was in a hurry to run. And I knew he was going to just run with my money. I come to expect that. And that's the problem, is that I literally can't do this stuff for myself, and I can't depend on addicts.
Was Brian helping you today?
He was supposed to, but I went by this morning. He didn't answer. I went by this afternoon, and like I said, he stays at that tweaker camp. And she's going to be screaming.
Seen him walk?
Well, I'm not going to the tweaker camp with her screaming at me like that.
No, I just seen him up by the bridge walking.
Huh. Well, he was possibly going to go up to camp with me, but I got like $20 that I can pay him. That's it. That's not even enough to pay for somebody's junk for a weekend, you know? And I can't expect an addict to go up the mountain without their stuff, and I don't want to go up the mountain with an addict and their stuff, you know? It's funny, yeah, but it's not.
No, it's 100% logical. Like,
the problem is I'm the only one thinking logical. I'm not able to work. I'm not able to take care of myself, and a lot of stuff that people keep trying to shove at me. I keep trying to explain to them why it doesn't work, but they're too busy trying to tell me their ignorance instead of listening to what's going on. Like people trying to shove me into fucking working again. I can't work. I can't take care of myself.
I was just thinking like something like little that you can do to improve the gas when you don't have it.
Well, that's the thing about getting this paperwork done and getting help with it. I can't do it myself, and I need someone to explain how much there is, and that nobody could possibly do this for themselves, especially having to do it out of a vehicle with a whole bunch of friggin' broken electronics, especially with having to buy those electronics over and over and over again because people keep breaking them and stealing them. Like, I can't leave my car for very long or go very far without worrying about somebody breaking a window, popping a tire, or fucking stealing my shit out of it. So people keep pushing the housing and the job thing. The thing is that I had what I needed before Natalie died. I had what I needed in order to get help. In order to turn in my predators, what I didn't have was a friend or family member to light a fire under these people's asses instead of letting them blow me off. When a disabled adult is taken advantage of, it is never their fault. They're an at-risk adult for a reason, and when they're forced to have to trust people like Christian and like that lady there, you know, people are telling me, hey, you should talk to this person, you should talk to that person, and I meet the person, and they're a raging alcoholic, or they're fucking schizophrenic as all hell. Like, what the hell good are they going to do for me? None. Yes, sir. Well, thank you for talking with me.
Going back up the river tonight?
I kind of have to. I can't just stay in the parking lot. I mean, there's even more people pissed off, and when you piss off one tweaker, you piss them all off. This isn't my first rodeo. I know how tweakers work. That's why I don't mess around with tweakers, and I don't mess around with twack. But as far as people that are hungry, I'll help them out. If there's people who are going to throw a tantrum and break shit, every time I tell them no, then I kind of have to tell them yes, or they're going to break more shit, and I'm going to get blamed. If Christian had broken some windows instead of just fucking around with the trash can that night, I'd have gotten in trouble for that. Just like I got in trouble at Fred Meyer's, not once, but 3 different occasions over other people victimizing me. I got victimized over there at McDonald's over fucking Aryan fucking assholes who wanted to talk about fucking shooting hobos and fucking illegal firearms. Yeah, I got kicked out for that. So yeah, I gotta be afraid. I'll probably stick around for a few minutes because I know you're going to see your kids and you're coming back. But yeah, I gotta go up the mountain sometime tonight.
See you here again.
All right, I'll see you shortly. It'd be nice to be able to work. Make 20 extra bucks a week. That's 80 extra bucks a month. I love working. People don't understand how much damage is caused when you do this shit to people. How much worse it is for a man. When a woman commits a crime, there's a good chance she'll get leniency, if anything at all. The chances of the crime being actually investigated are almost non-existent. If I'm able to do something and you ask me for help, if I'm able to do it, I'll do it right then and there if I'm able. If I'm not able, I'll find a place to be able to do it. The thing is, people were only interested in entertainment. They don't want to do anything about the actual victim, which is me. They just want to satiate their curiosity, and that's hurtful. Whatever Chris sent me in text, it didn't show up. I'm used to that. I get a lot of messages that show up 2 or 3 days after they were sent. That's been happening ever since Boulder Police Department, been specific, Waylon Lolatai, assaulted me. Ever since then, I haven't had any control over my Facebook or my YouTube. Messages basically show up when, well, most people think that there's some FBI agent at the other side deciding what's allowed to go through and what ain't. I'm like, well, that's unconstitutional. Of course, they have been known to do that, and it's been all over the news recently. Well, in the last 5 years, we haven't been able to go an entire month without hearing about the FBI doing shit like that. But at the same time, why are they going to fuck around with a quote-unquote mentally ill hobo? Alright. What does a mentally ill hobo need that much attention for? Well, the thing is, I got a really big fucking mouth, and I'm also right. And a lot of the predators that I turned in, they got a big head after doing it to me. So they did it to more people after me. A lot more people after me. That's when they got busted. Nobody wanted to listen to it happening to me, and nobody wanted to pay attention to the fact that the officers who harmed me were in the fucking news for harming other people, and I'm still treated like I'm crazy. People keep wanting to change the subject and, oh, well, if we get you a little extra here and a little extra there. No, I've got shit hanging over my fucking head for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. I have this shit hanging over my head, preventing me from getting housing, preventing me from getting assistance, preventing me from being heard, preventing me from turning in my predators and yours. See, all these folks who wanted to reach out to me and claim that it's because they wanted to help, that ended up, they wanted somebody to hear their voice. Well, I heard their voice, and I did my best to lend their voice. I did my best to lend them my voice. But just because I do that for others doesn't mean that they care about me enough to do that. nobody loves you like the way I do.
Have you noticed everything that follows no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless plan. Offensive. What you say for a 3 4 month select no contract unlimited plans from Straight Talk Call on a Find Network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart.
I get people don't like being recorded. And again, if they were honest, they wouldn't have to be afraid. If they're doing the good, honest, and righteous thing, they wouldn't have to be afraid of the judgment of others. Meanwhile, every person who judges you is a sinner. Every single one of them. Every single person who will ever judge you for being a liar has lied. Every one of them. Now, when it comes to at-risk adults being abused, we're shipped around to a bunch of places that don't care unless you are suicidal or homicidal. So literally, none of the crimes committed against you matter to any of them. They're not going to do anything, even if you are harmed. They only care if you are harming. If you harm yourself or others, then they'll stop it. But when people are bullying you and harassing you and assaulting you and threatening to kill you and your friends and family, and you're a homeless and disabled man, you're fucked. That's just how it is. I got all my shit up at a camp in the mountains. I need help with the fucking paperwork and shit to make sure that my fucking disability isn't fucking cut off. Meanwhile, people won't find out what the fuck is going on. They're too busy shoving the fucking work shit and the fucking do this and do that and have you tried housing? Like fucking crack. Like what the hell? If people would get off the fucking crack, that's the biggest issue. I want to believe that these people are sober. Most of them are telling me how unsober they are. And there's a few of them telling me how sober they are, but also telling me, oh, dude, I just wish I had a fat rock or so on and so forth. And God, you know, that ain't something I want to hear. I used to drink like a fish, but not what a fish drank. Yes, I absolutely need to go up the mountain tonight. I can't just sit here. It's unsafe. Then again, it's unsafe for me to go up the mountain too, because that's the easiest place to catch me alone. The easiest place to make it so that, well, obviously I'm not able to record in the mountains. Even if I can record, if they want to arrest me on some bogus bullshit, they're not going to let me out. They're not going to allow me access to the fucking evidence. And every fucking bozo in this goddamn town is going to push the same fucking bullshit. Have you tried housing? Have you tried filling out the paperwork for housing? Housing doesn't stop abuse. Housing takes for fucking ever. When abuse is committed against us, we're supposed to turn it in right away, but we can't do that without you giving a shit. Every bit of abuse that I have endured in my lifetime is because I am at risk, because I am different, not because I'm bad, not because I'm evil. But because I have no rights. Because nobody in my life has ever cared more about me than their fucking drugs. Not one person. What does my older brother care more about, me or his drugs is drugs. How about my little sister? Drugs. My dad chose drugs over his own kids. My mom chose drugs over her own kids. Amy Kalina Kingery chose drugs over her own kids. Amy Witcher and Andrew Witcher chose drugs over their own kids. Teresa Orne chose alcohol over her own kids. Rose M. Kelly, a.k.a. Rose M. Self, a.k.a. Rose M. Bollinger at one point in time, in trouble for child abuse. Ted Bollinger, same thing. All of these people, a history of child abuse and neglect. By the way, neglect is abuse. There's a feller that's been staring at my car for probably about half an hour. I don't know if he's staring at my car or the building next door. But there he is, just sitting there. I don't know if he's got anything important going on. There was some fire trucks that drove by earlier. They went that direction. But they haven't come back through. Whatever it is, it might be a fire. Oh, you can see on top of the mountains too. See how they're real fogged out? You should be able to pick out individual trees from here, but this place produces a lot of clouds. I guess you can't see anything out of that window. It's foggy as fuck. Anyway, I don't know when Chris will come. There's stuff I am able to do, but doing it takes 3 to 5 days out of me. I mean, I got to go up the mountain. I shouldn't be walking right now. I certainly shouldn't be driving. My legs don't work well enough right now for me to be able to drive. Oh, there's a state patrolman. Going down the 101. I do want to take this opportunity to thank, one more again, I want to thank the brown peoples. The people who have done the most for me barely speak English. Some of them didn't speak any English at all. But they were helpful then and there instead of trying to force me or push me to go to a bunch of places that are fucking expensive. That's white society. Every man for himself and everything's expensive. Well, that doesn't work in a capitalist society where everybody is greedy and vengeful. When you've got family-oriented cultures, such as Black America, it's a culture of its own. It's become a culture where people do need to stick together for the safety of their loved ones. When you got 2 black parents and their black child is being abused because he's black, well, both of those parents got dogs in a fight themselves. They're black too. It could just as easily happen to them. If you're autistic, you've got no representation. Places like Autism Speaks are more focused on pretending like we're retarded and trying to cure the retards, trying to punish us for being different. Those of you who keep pushing the Autism Speaks or the Autism My Piece of the Puzzle, you're fucking pieces of shit for that. Your miseducation on autism is not our fault. Your assumption that we're retarded is not our fault. Your disrespect towards us as a result of your assumptions is not our fault. The fact that we're dying at overwhelming numbers is your fault. Absolutely 100% your fault. Because although you'll say how wrong it is to me, I'm the peanut gallery. You're still not doing shit to change it. God, I scratched the hell out of myself. Yeah. Crouched around in the woods with all them sticker bushes. Blackberries, and I think somebody said the other one was a mulberry or something, but I don't think so. I don't really know the difference, and I'll have to look it up now, but I think I've seen a mulberry, and I don't think that's what they look like. But I've been wrong before, so it's worth looking up.